Um, I'm Lynn Johnson. I'm 22. I'm an artist and photographer, and this is my coming out story. So, I came out when I was 17. I came out to the people that I was closest to, the people that I trusted, the people that I really loved and cared about, except for my parents. I held back the information from my parents as long as I possibly could, and then one day my mom was like, "So what are you doing?" And I told her, I was like, I'm experimenting. I don't know what I am or I'm not, but this is what I've got. And she was like, "Okay, whatever," and sort of let me know that she was surprised to hear that I was gay, but she didn't really care. Which actually bothered me a lot because I wanted some kind of reaction. And I don't know if good or bad would have been good, but I got nothing. I got a, okay, cool, whatever. My dad later said to me, I am kind of relieved. My dad was relieved. He didn't really care either way, which is really nice. Um, I think he just wants me to be happy. Wanted me to be happy then, wants me to be happy now. So that's good. But coming out to the rest of the world, I think really, the whole idea of coming out really bothered me. I knew from the get-go, from the moment that I was like, uh-oh, I like women, that I didn't want to at all deal with having to go to every single person I knew and be like, you know, all those years that you thought that I was straight, I was very, very gay. And I wanted so desperately to be left alone about something that I had just realized about myself, but I also really wanted people to understand that it didn't matter. So I went to a high school that was incredibly liberal and incredibly interesting because it had every year all the seniors, all 100 of us, would have to make a speech, a 5-minute speech in front of the school. And the way that that was done is it went throughout the school year. At every single assembly, there'd be one or two speeches. And I happened to get the last spot of the year. Now, I don't know how if this was political or not, but that's how it happened. And I took that opportunity to explain myself and to really to come out of the closet and not only to come out of the closet, but to explain why coming out of the closet wasn't a big deal because of all the communities that I inhabited and the fact that I didn't belong in any of them. So what did it matter coming out of the closet? Because I was being honest with myself and no one really cared or wanted to hear it or really thought that my experience existed or was valid, but it was there. And I sort of wanted to explain myself. And that's what I did, and it was terrifying. I shit you not, it was so scary. I was also very deep in a butch phase at the time, so I was wearing a wife beater and no bra, which no one knew or gave a fuck about, but I thought I was being very political. And I was wearing shorts that were tailored but slightly baggy, so you could see a very thin strip of men's underwear. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Later, my girlfriend at the time told me that I looked like Shane from the L Word if Shane was black and little. um, anyways, so I'm standing there in my Shane outfit, and I begin to talk, and as I'm talking, I realize that I am coming out of the closet in front of almost everyone that I know. Almost everyone, give or take the people I had met at summer camp. And so I'm pondering this over and like trying not to get the words jumbled, and I'm doing a good job, and then all of a sudden the microphone kind of cuts a little bit. And I realize that it's cutting just around the time that I'm supposed to say, and I'm gay. So I like take a deep breath and kind of like slow down and wait to see if the microphone's gonna cut anymore, and as I'm saying, I'm black and I'm a cuts out. Cuts out. To which I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to say it again. I'm gonna have to say that I'm gay twice in front of 500 people, I'm gonna have to say that I'm gay again. No way. But I did it. And people were like, say it again, in the front row because they had heard me say, I'm a lesbian. And so, yeah, it was a long speech, and it took a long time, and I spent the whole time staring at my paper and just trying to make sure I got out every single word exactly as I should. And it was terrifying, but it was also really liberating because it was not only was it the same day that gay marriage became legal in California, but it was the day that I'll remember for the rest of my life when I just straight up told people I wasn't going to be told be quiet, and I wasn't going to be quiet, and I was really excited. And when I put that speech down, I felt amazing because I was being really honest with everyone that I knew, and it's very rare that I get to have that feeling. It's very rare that I think anyone gets to have that feeling, and I think that that's why I did it that way. I, yeah, I felt obligated to tell everyone that I knew quickly and painlessly, and then it was over. And I did. I never really had to talk about it again, unless I wanted to talk about it again, which felt great. So yeah, that's how I came out of the closet.